So very good morning, students. So in the previous class we discussed the introduction of memory management. You know very well that the basic computer resources are primary memory, that is random access memory, and the second one storage spaces, that is hard disk space, and third one processor for execution, and the last one. Okay, so memory management, device management, processor management and information management are the four major functions of an operating system. Okay, so among these four, the first one, the primary memory management, that is memory management. So its introduction was discussed in the previous class. So in the previous class we discussed the what is primary memory, this and that. Okay, so today we are going to discuss the major functions of memory management. You should not confuse these two. The major, okay, there are four OS functions of OS: memory management, processor management, device management and information management. But the functions of memory management, so you know very well that OS is a system software. Here there are four modules, that is memory management module, device management module, processor management module and information management module. Here we are going to discuss one of the modules, that is memory management module, in deep. So the memory management module contains many submodules. Okay, so each submodule going to perform a specific memory management task. So the four important tasks are keeping track of the status of each location of primary memory. A location of a primary memory is a byte. Okay, each byte has its own address. So the address is a numerical value. Okay, so for your understanding, in C language, int x is equal to 5. It is a compile time variable. So at the time of compilation, so the compiler going to allocate the memory, isn't it? So for allocating a memory space for x, the address may be, for your understanding, 111. So this is an integer, so 2 bytes of memory going to allocate. So its starting address is 111. So 111th byte and 112th byte, these two are assigning for the variable x for the program, summon program. Okay, so operating system is a major software, maintains a list what are all the bytes are free and what are the bytes are allocated. Okay, this is the first major function. Second one, determine the allocation policy for memory. So determine the allocation policy for memory. Here who gets what, where and how much. Okay, first one, who gets. So actually OS going to allocate the memory for the computer user. Okay, behalf of the computer user for user program, it going to allocate the memory, so that computer users or user programs are categorized into many according to, that is based on priority. Okay, so that who gets means which, for which user. And the second one, what. And third one, where. So in which memory location the required amount of memory have to be allocated. And third one, how much. How much means how much memory space would be allocated for the execution of one user program. And third one, allocation technique. Which allocation techniques has going to be used? So in the remaining chapters, in the forthcoming classes, we are going to discuss various memory allocation techniques. Each technique has its own advantages and disadvantages. Okay, so allocation technique is a major module of memory management. And the last one, deallocation. So once the program executed successfully, or if the execution of one user program terminates, so normal termination or abnormal termination, in both the situation, OS have to reallocate. So reallocation means whatever the resources, whatever the memory space allocated for one user program going to be recalled. Okay, so this operation performed by the fourth submodule of memory management module of OS. Okay, so these four are important functions of memory management. So next, types of memory allocation. So in this topic, that is types of memory allocation, we are going to discuss two memory management techniques are classified into two categories: contiguous allocation and non-contiguous allocation. Okay, I think everybody having mobile phone and you have a dictionary. Okay, so in this dictionary you can come to know the meaning of the term contiguous. So contiguous means continuous. Okay, so continuous means here contiguous allocation means OS going to allocate memory space for one user program. So whatever the memory space the OS going to allocate for one program are continuous. If it starts in one memory location means continuously all the bytes are going to allocate for the program. Okay, for your understanding, for one user program 10 bytes are going to be allocated means these 10 bytes are continuous. Okay, so in between these 10 bytes no bytes allocated for some other program. Okay, so this is called continuous allocation, that is contiguous allocation. So each process allocated a single contiguous chunk of memory. Okay, second one, non-contiguous allocation. So in non-contiguous memory allocation, when OS going to allocate memory space, so the required amount of memory available in different location. So for your understanding, for a program OS going to allocate 20 bytes of memory. So the 20 bytes of memory can be available in 4 different places. Okay, so these 4 different places not in continuous, these are discontinuous, or these are discrete memory locations. So the discrete memory locations are called non-contiguous. Okay, so based on the contiguous memory allocation techniques, single contiguous and partitioned allocation, these two are comes under the first type, contiguous memory allocation. And paged memory management, demand paged memory management, segmented memory management, segmented paging. So these 4 memory management techniques comes under non-contiguous memory allocation. Okay, so you have to mind always memory management techniques are classified into 2 broadly classified into 2, contiguous and non-contiguous. In contiguous, single contiguous and partitioned allocation, these 2 are available. In non-contiguous memory allocation, there are 4 memory allocation techniques: paged, demand paged, segmentation, and segmented paging. Okay. Now we are going to discuss the very basic memory management technique, that is single contiguous memory allocation technique. So the single contiguous memory allocation technique is more easy to understand. Okay. So here I want to tell one thing. So in our department, myself, our head of the department, Kanaraj sir, Surya madam, we four completed PhD, and many of our staff members completed MPhil, that is a research program. Okay, so using this concept, that is memory management technique, you can come to understand what is actually a research. Okay, so a concept going to elaborated again and again. So searching again is called research, that is research. Okay, so memory management is a problem. So for allocating the memory space, one solution is found, that is single contiguous. So it is a technique, or it is a method, or it is an approach. Okay, so in this technique there is one concept. Based on this concept, the allocation, memory allocation going to be performed. The memory is usually divided into two partitions, one for the resident operating system and another one for the user processes. What it deals, the entire primary memory, that is a random access space, is divided into two portions. Okay, so here these two portions are differentiated with two different colors. So the topper is low memory and the next one is high memory. You mind always that in low memory, the operating systems are going to be availed and executed. In the high memory area, user programs are going to be availed and executed. Are you clear? The entire user memory, that is a random access memory space, is divided into two partitions. So the top partition is called low memory and the bottom one is high memory. What low and high means? Low memory, here the addressing space are low, it starts from 0. High memory area starts from where the low memory ends. Okay, so you have to mind always that entire RAM space is divided into two partition, low memory and high memory. In low memory area, system program, that is operating system, going to be loaded. In user area, user programs are going to be loaded. Okay, here you have to mind the low memory area is continuous and high memory area also contiguous. Okay, now come to understand the single contiguous allocation. So the single contiguous allocation means the entire user memory area, that is high memory area, going to be allocated for one user program at a time. This is the concept of single contiguous allocation. Are you clear? The entire user memory area, okay, it is given in green color. Okay, so the entire user memory area going to be, so the entire user memory area going to be treated as a single contiguous memory block. Okay, so the entire block going to be allocated for one user program. So at a time only one user program may be executed. Okay, So this is the principle of single contiguous allocation. So the single contiguous memory allocation technique have some advantages as well as disadvantages. So advantages means actually the concept of memory allocation is very simple. How the entire user memory area is divided into two partitions. Okay, these two are called as low memory area and high memory area. So in low memory area only system program, that is OS, going to be loaded, and in high memory area only one user program going to be executed, loaded and executed. So at a time only one program going to be executed. Okay, so this concept is very simple to understand, and based on this concept a memory management module can be created. Okay, so here one thing, at a time both user program as well as OS program going to be executed. Okay, so that OS program should not refer any memory location of user program, and user program should not refer any memory location of OS program. That is, high memory area should not refer any location of low memory, and low memory area should not refer any memory location of high memory. Okay, so that there is a fence register, fence, FENCE, fence register. So this fence register having one address. Okay, so what value a fence register contains going to separate the entire memory space, that is RAM space, into two. So for your understanding, there are 150 bytes RAM. So the fence register contains value 65. So the 65th byte the 65th 65வது byte இருந்து high memory area starts. Okay, from 0 to 64th byte low memory area, here only OS program available. From 65th byte to 144th byte is treated as a single block. So in this block only one user program going to be allocated. This is treated as a single contiguous portion. Okay, so the advantages more easy to understand and implement. I know I told already, OS is a system software, it having 4 modules. One of the module is memory management. Here there are 4 sub modules. Okay, so memory allocation, so done by third sub module, that is allocation technique. So for performing such a memory allocation operation, a separate module must be developed in any language. So actually the concept of single contiguous is very simple, and it is more easy to develop in a programming language. This is the first advantage of single contiguous. Second one, limited resources required. So limited resources means only fence register is sufficient. Okay, because what value the fence register contains going to separate low memory and high memory. Okay, next the simple single contiguous memory management technique having some pitfalls, that is disadvantages. The first one, single program execution. At a time only one program may be executed. So the single contiguous memory management technique supports for executing only one user program at a time. So that is uniprogramming possible. And second one, no resource utilization. So no resource utilization means, you know very well that RAM is a shareable resource, but here the RAM not shared by multiple number of users or multiple number of user programs. Okay, so there is no resource utilization. Okay, so these are all the advantages and disadvantages. Okay, so here you must have clear idea on the first memory management technique, that is single contiguous memory management technique. It has some advantages and disadvantage. So next we are going to discuss the partitioned memory management. So the partitioned memory management going to overcome the drawback of or disadvantage of the memory management technique. Now we are discussing, that is a single contiguous. So the single contiguous having two disadvantages, that is it support only uniprogramming and no resource utilization. So these two disadvantages going to be overcome by the next technique, that is partitioned technique. So the partitioned technique will be discussed in the next class tomorrow. Okay, have you any doubt, you can raise through WhatsApp or you can ask through mobile phone. Okay, so thank you for your keen watching. So try to understand the concept. So in YouTube and web, so much of resources are available for understanding OS and memory management. Please go through.